When you look at revolutions and Gen Z protests all across South Asia, from Sri Lanka to Nepal to Bangladesh to now India, there's one tool that has completely changed the political imagination of young people. And you're holding it right in your hand. My name's Rida, and I studied how media impacts revolution and social change. And today I'm going to tell you about how social media has been a vehicle for change specifically in South Asia. Social media doesn't fix unemployment, corruption, or state repression, but it changes how young people interpret these experiences. Something that originally feels like an individual failure, being unable to find work, pass an examination, or build a future, can be recognized as a condition shared by millions. Political theorists call this connective action rather than collective action. Collective action usually depends on a party, a union, or formal organization creating a shared political identity. But connective action works a little bit differently. Individuals enter a movement through personal experiences and circulate those experiences through digital networks. A phone and social media acts as a newspaper, a television station, a political classroom, an organizing office, a camera, and sometimes even a witness to state violence all at once. The phone and social media has fundamentally changed what young people believe is possible in South Asia. Even if you think about the last few years, in Sri Lanka, young protesters occupied public spaces and forced a president out of power. In Bangladesh, a student movement over government job quotas grew into an uprising that ended Sheikh Hasina's 15-year rule. In Nepal, a government ban over social media platforms helped ignite a wider rebellion against corruption, unemployment, and political elites. And now, in India, the Cockroach Janta Party has turned examination leaks and youth unemployment into one of the most serious protest movements that Modi's rule has ever seen. And it all started over one tweet. Political imagination is essentially the boundary between what young people deem as unfortunate and what they consider as unacceptable. For years, young people across South Asia were told that unemployment, corruption, and political dynasties and failing public institutions were simply realities that they had to tolerate. But the phone and social media disrupts that sense of inevitability. A young person struggling to find work may believe that they personally failed, but then when they open Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or X, they find thousands of educated people complaining about the same experience. They see children of politicians displaying enormous wealth while ordinary families borrow money for coaching centers, university fees, and migration. Older generations were often introduced to political life through formal institutions like a student union, a political party, a labor movement, or a newspaper. But Gen Z can now enter politics through a 30-second video or a meme or a tweet. So what I'm saying doesn't necessarily mean that Gen Z is more radical than every generation before it. South Asia does have a very long history of student movements. Students helped drive the Bengali language movement, the uprising against Ayub Khan in Pakistan, the JP movement in India, and the successive democratic movements in Nepal. But what has changed is the speed at which political consciousness can travel. Today, young people inherit lessons from their own national history and watch neighboring countries make history in real time.